Hey, and welcome to another episode of the Who Dat Jedi podcast. This is episode 258 for your record books. My name's Aaron. With me, as always, Dave and Fredo, the other members of the Jedi Council. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hello.
We are recording this on an odd day for us because my Nebraska Cornhuskers made it into the Sweet 16, and they play on Thursday, which is one of the days we usually record. So you guys are being gracious enough. Thank you. Let's hope it pays off. But that's all I'm going to be Forrest Gump, and that's all I'm going to say about that because I don't want to jinx anything. So, because our friend Ryan, he texted me today. He said, "What world are we living in?" He said, "Nebraska made it into the Sweet 16, and Memphis has a losing record." And I said, "And Indiana is the national champion for football."
Football.
We're totally in the upside down. I mean, totally in the upside down now that's the joke, but for all of its faults, and I think there are good things and I think there are bad things. NIL has made every team a competitor if they got money.
Yeah.
So Indiana is proof of that. If you got money, and now people will want to go to Indiana to play football, which is something that nobody really ever said. You know, people are going to, and I don't know what we've been spending on NIL at Nebraska. Nebraska's always had a mediocre basketball team. We made it to the NCAA tournament. We just never made it past round one. I mean, it's, but, you know, people might start wanting to go there, and people want to go to Kansas for football. I mean, Dave, do you ever think that
Slow
would
down.
be?
Slow down.
Well,
man.
I mean,
Yeah,
they were, yeah, they were actually not, have not been all that bad. So we're in the upside down. So
yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So like I said, that's all I'm going to say about that. The other thing, if you live in New Orleans, then welcome to buck moth caterpillar season. I have already been stung once.
Oh no, already?
Just a little bit. I was planting something in our garden out front, and he crawled up on my glove. So it was his fault, not mine. He crawled up on my glove. If I was like, if he was just chilling in the sun and I reached in and he's like, "Hey man," and stung me, that's my fault. You crawled up on my glove and stung me. So now it's all out war here. It is so, if you've never been here, it is so flippin' creepy. You go outside and you hear them eating the leaves in the oak trees. So it is like a horror movie.
This is the time of year when we practice the 5 Ds when we're outside. And what are the 5 Ds?
Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge.
Dodge, duck, dip, dive. Exactly. Because they're coming from above, they're coming from below, they're coming at you from the sides. They are magical.
And when you're just working out in the yard, minding your own business, and you feel something fall out of the tree and hit you, then you'd start running around the yard like a lunatic, and it's probably just a leaf.
Don't reach for it. Yeah. Do not reach behind it. Do not reach to grab it.
There's no dignity this time of year. Yeah, you're just flailing every direction every time you feel anything.
It's funny because, well, first of all, it's like I go and, part of my daily routine is I've got 3 dogs, so I go out in the backyard to, clean up the backyard, and so then after I do that, I've got to spray off the scooper, and all of these caterpillars are like walking along, the like part of my house, and it's all out war. So the sprinkler, the hose gets taken right to them, and then as I'm doing this, I'm like, these are probably all my ancestors who are watching over the house, and I'm like murdering them. Karma's going to come back and get me at some point. I don't know. But
if you have any inkling about reincarnation, that's the only time you have pause as far as like fighting these things, because it's just like, oh man, I could just whack them so easily. And
the thing is it's a double whammy, because they sting you now, and then in the fall when they turn into the moths, then it's Silence of the Lambs around here. It's like everybody's house is Buffalo Bill's house, and it's just like,
go to bed.
Oh my God. Come to New Orleans, everybody. It's great. But yeah, so yeah, that's that. I guess that's the highlights of everything. What else is going on? We're just I am done with gigs for a couple weeks, so I went to the chiropractor today, so I can start moving again. Yeah, so that's nice. But that's not why you came here. So what are we gonna do? We're bringing back a fun game that we did several episodes ago. It's our version of Kiss, Marry, Kill. We couldn't remember what we called it, so I guess it's like Kiss. What were we saying?
Hang out by the fireplace.
Yeah,
or kissed.
Did they kiss by the fireplace? He just complained about the kiss he never should have gotten.
Sand, I guess.
It was on the balcony. Is on the balcony overlooking the lake.
I hate sand was what did it for her. So yeah, I hate sand.
That's so hot.
The Chandrila marriage.
Wedding.
Yeah, or a lightsaber through the chest.
Basically, the rules of the game is get rid of one, and then which one of the remaining two do you like, the best? And none of us know what categories we picked. How many did we each pick? 4?
I have 5.
I've got 5.
There's some overlap.
I've got 5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we can just have fun with it. But as always, we're going to start with some trivia. Oh, by the way, I don't know, Fredo, I didn't look at the news. Well, when we get to the news, I'll ask this. Dave, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, I think it's worth noting too that this episode was the lost episode. This was the one.
Yeah, that's right.
This was the one we lost.
No, that's right, because I deleted and hit save. I totally lost everything. So this was a fun episode that you guys never got to listen to. So we don't have any way to go back and listen to what it was that we did.
No, we did.
I didn't even keep my notes from the categories I used, so I just picked new ones today. So, all right, well, fun. All right, that is a bit of good trivia there, Dave. All right, speaking of trivia, Fredo, to you. Who shoots the breeze with a red astrodroid outside the Mos Eisley Cantina? Who shoots the breeze with a red astrodroid outside the Mos Eisley Cantina? I know.
That's got me for a moment, because I know it was outside the Mos Eisley Cantina. I'm just gonna say Stormtrooper.
Dave, what's your answer? I haven't looked at the answer yet. I was gonna say Jawa.
Yeah, that's where I would go with that, I think, Jawa.
All right, we all have to go watch A New Hope because it's R2-D2.
Huh.
See, that seemed too obvious. I wasn't
When did
sure.
this happen? Who shoots the breeze of the red astrodroid outside the Mos Eisley Cantina? I don't even remember a red droid.
I remember one, around with some of the stormtroopers parading around or marching around investigating Mos Eisley.
Mhm.
But that's
not outside the cantina.
that wasn't not by the cantina. That's why I got confused. But I was, again, I have to go back and rewatch.
Shenanigans. I guess we gotta go watch A New Hope. All right, Dave, to you. Who asks Anakin Skywalker, "Why do I get the feeling you're going to be the death of me?" Who asks Anakin Skywalker, "Why do I get the feeling you're going to be the death of me?"
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
That was a very good line in Attack of the Clones. I was, good on you, George Lucas. That was, that was a good one. All right, to me, who wonders aloud, why do I sense we've picked up another pathetic life form? Who wonders aloud, why? And Fredo just made the look of, why do I get the red astro droid outside the cantina that nobody can remember? And you two, okay, who wonders aloud, why do I sense we've picked up another pathetic life form? That would be Obi-Wan Kenobi as well. Da-da-da-da-da. All right. News. What do we have for news?
So let's start actually with, speaking of A New Hope, It was interesting that Star Wars officially celebrated that 50 years ago yesterday was the in the middle of a salt flat in North Africa, a little independent movie started filming. Yep, 50 years ago yesterday, Star Wars, the Star Wars as it was known, was began principal filming. Now here's the question, and they mentioned it in the article. Do you know what that first scene was?
The first scene that was filmed,
Mm-hmm.
uh, um, was it the Mos Eisley Cantina? You'll never see a more wretched hive of scum and villainy. I don't know.
No?
I was
Okay.
gonna say C-3PO and R2-D2 wandering through the desert, but
No, man, but you're close. No, it was actually the Jawa Sandcrawler visiting the Lars homestead. The very first shot is actually the Sandcrawler and the Lars homestead, followed by Luke Skywalker coming out, running out to meet it to get with his uncle ahead of buying the droids. That was the first scene ever shot 50 years ago yesterday out in Tunisia for the Star Wars. You know, they
Interesting.
go over all the different. It's interesting. They go over all the difficulties of filming in the desert. The fact that poor Anthony Daniels was dying of heat, heat exposure in the C-3PO suit,
You
etc.
know,
You know,
I
it's a fun little look back because you don't think about that moment. All those moments are just kind of again, films get filmed out of sequence.
I have a little bit of claustrophobia. If I mean, I've had MRIs and I haven't. That hasn't bothered me. But sometimes when I think about certain things, I do get a little bit of claustrophobia. Being in that C-3PO get up the way he was, we talked about the Spider-Man. It's not Phil
Yeah.
Spider-Man, it's Spider-Man. Um, but the Spider-Man trailer, people, upset about how much distance there was between, and that in mask shot. Um, just thinking about that much mask on your face, and at some point you're gonna go, let me out, let me out, let me out, get me out of this. you know,
Well,
um, yeah.
him and Kenny Baker, both of them, because remember, Kenny Baker was inside the little R2D2
Well, the thing
get
is,
up.
but
Neither one of them have much room to give.
Kenny Baker can push the dome off.
Right.
If I'm in my
Right.
stormtrooper armor and if I start getting a little claustrophobic, I can take my helmet off. Anthony Daniels can't do anything unless somebody takes the mask. That would just, oh my gosh.
So I'll leave the link in our notes because they actually have a funny picture of poor Anthony Daniels taking a standing break underneath an umbrella because he couldn't sit down in the 3PO costume. So they basically had him on what looks like a ironing board with a footrest. It's just so he can lean back and kind of take a load off while they're between filming scenes.
So Anthony Daniels told a great story at Celebration one time. It's one of his standard stories that um, the scene where they're heading on into, it's right after actually that scene where that you're talking about, Fredo, where the Jawas sell the droids and they're um, heading into Luke's garage, and you see 3PO steps off to the side and lets R2 go first, basically. It's because, like, several takes prior to that, every time, like, the R2 droid wouldn't stop and it would hit Anthony Daniels and he'd go tumbling down the stairs. And so finally it turned into an after you moment. But anyway, it was just kind of funny. So,
Again, the kind of things you don't realize are going to happen when, again, all this was pre-visualized, storyboarded, figured out in a nice, quiet
you
office.
know,
Now you're on the middle of the desert, and
thank
now you got to make that come to life, and it's not that easy.
You know what? When you watch some of the light and magic stuff and you see the early prototypes for R2 or you see the early models for the TIE fighter and the X Wing and just how bad everything could almost looked. Not could have looked, but almost looked. And it's like, thank God you had the artists that you did that, fine tuned it because some of those early models, it was like, oh my god, it was like I drew them, So thank you, ILM. But anyway, that was a tangent. Sorry.
So yeah, so this past weekend they had MegaCon in Orlando, and during a fan panel hosted by Screen Rant, John Boyega, who was in attendance, got asked, "Hey, apparently an audience member shouted, get Dave Filoni on the phone about coming back to Star Wars." To which he replied, "I actually have, actually." So naturally, cue the, well, is Finn coming back? Is he reconnecting with the Daisy Ridley movie? What's going on there? Obviously, I mean, we all know that there's been a long and somewhat difficult road for John Boyega ever since episode 9 and his relationship with Disney. He didn't elaborate further, but all indications are that he has actually had conversations with Dave Filoni about maybe coming back as Finn at some point in the future. Now, when will that happen? I mean, we're still waiting for that new Jedi Order movie to come out that got announced 3 years ago. That's part of the problem is they can't seem to get anything going at certain points. So, but it'll be interesting to see if he comes back and what they do with his character.
The thing I can't believe that people were not more upset about, because as you were talking about, I mean, there's so much clunky stuff that went on in episode 9, but the bait and switch of a couple times of Finn saying, Ray, I didn't get a chance to tell you. And then it's like, I mean, the timeless trope of I didn't get a chance to tell you, I love you, and what he was actually waiting to tell her was that I can feel the force. And it's just like, oh, it's sad trombone. Wah, wah, wah. I don't know. Because
and they never paid that off either.
Neither one, no. And as much as people were trying to ship, Finn and Poe, it's like they set up Rey and Finn to be the most obvious, couple from the get-go in Force Awakens. I mean, yes, and they became just platonic friends, which that is fine too. But in episode 9, when you go, Ray, I didn't get a chance to tell you. Blah, 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 blah. What was that you were going to tell me? Oh, nothing. I'll tell you later. It's like, this is every movie, and that's, oh yeah, I can feel the force. That's like, anyway, another tangent. Sorry, guys. All right, so you didn't have this in your news. I did see something today. That Galaxy's Edge, they're doing kind of some re-theming because of the timeline thing. And
Right.
Oga's Cantina, I think it was maybe both of them. I don't know, but definitely the one Disneyland. And the only thing that I've found that they've changed is that they've taken away references to the Galactic Star Cruiser. So the
Right.
Galactic Star Cruiser is like Bill Callahan at Nebraska. Bill Callahan is the coach that never existed. Seriously, you go to a Nebraska game, they'll show, coaches. They'll show Bob Devaney, Tom Osmo. They'll go through it, and then they'll skip over Bill Callahan, which is a level of petty. But no, this is they've taken away the Galactic Star Cruiser. So that's really the only thing I think I've seen that has changed.
Yeah, and I mean, they've done some renovation. They did a good bit of renovation, but you go back in there, and from all the images, it's still very much August Cantina. I don't think they've added any spaces for seating and whatnot, so it is very much still the old thing. But again, we're getting closer and closer to Mandalorian and Grogu being released, and at some point, you figure that shift in timeline is going to happen. How are they gonna connect it all. And it's going to be interesting to see because at some point it's going to happen. So, but yeah, that's the big change so far is Galactic Star Cruiser has gone the way of Poochie. That's a Gen X reference for you kids from The Simpsons. Talk to your parents about it. Actually, don't talk to your parents about it. They don't want you to remind them they're young ones.
Well, all righty. Is that it for news? That's it for news.
The only other thing I'll mention right quick, if you want to, if you are a Disney Plus subscriber, they have a competition, a contest right now, where if you're the winner, you and a guest get to fly to either LA or New York for the premiere of Mandalorian and Grogu. So check out the Disney Plus website and go sign up if you want to go, if you can get a chance to go. But anyway, that's it. That's it for news.
All right. Well, on to Kiss, Mary, Kill Star Wars edition, and not really kiss, not really marry, and not really kill. Maybe kill. I don't know. This is actually, I was thinking about this is the only time that we get somewhat negative about something. Because usually we're pretty positive. We're about at that 85 to 90% positive, every now and again I get, on my rants, but this is one where it's definitely going to be at least 30% is going to be, kind of a ripping. So, all right, I'm going to start.
So we do this where you present the options, and then Fredo and I play, and then you reveal your answers. Do we do it like that?
No, I think it's, I mean, yeah, we'll each go around the horn and just give what our rankings would be. Yeah. So,
Okay.
honestly, I haven't really thought about what my answers would be to some of these. So this will be fun. All right. Obi-Wan Kenobi, James Arnold Taylor, Alec Guinness, or Ewan McGregor. See, now you're going to feel bad because you're going to have to chuck one person under the bus. So Obi-Wan Kenobi, obviously portrayed by all three of these, James Arnold Taylor for the Clone Wars, Alec Guinness, obviously, and Ewan McGregor. Okay, so Fredo, go first.
I'm going to go probably. I'm going to surprise you. I'm going to go Ewan McGregor, James Arnold Taylor, and the one that's getting jettisoned is the one and only Sir Alec
That's
Guinness
blasphemy.
because he's not Obi-Wan Kenobi. He's Ben. That's the way I'm rationalizing that.
That's not true.
That
He's
is
all Ben
cheating.
Kenobi.
That is not true. Yoda refers to him as Obi-Wan. Luke refers to him as Obi-Wan in Jedi and in Empire. You are, yeah. So, all right, Dave.
Again, I'm cheating, but yeah.
I wish I could
He's
mute. I could mute Fredo's mic right now, but all right. So
It's like now you're just like feeding into like clone theories about, Obi-Wan now. Like they're not separate people, okay, for the record. I'm marrying Ewan. He owns that role at this point. I'm kissing Sir Alec Guinness, and I'm chucking Taylor out the escape hatch. Sorry.
and I am just tweaking that order just a little bit. To me, it would be I'm marrying Alec Guinness, just because everybody has been trying to match his cadence and his voice. Yeah, Ewan McGregor has had a lot of time on it, has added his stuff, but James Arnold Taylor, unpopular opinion, it sounds like a guy doing an Obi-Wan impression, and that's what he's doing. But that's the way it has always come off, is that it's like somebody doing an Obi-Wan Kenobi impression. And with all due respect to James Arnold Taylor, I mean, I've met him. He's a wonderful person. Got his autograph. But in the three of these, it's, yeah. So anyway, all right.
So Fredo's out here bringing the controversy, trying to burn the world to the ground.
Yeah, no
Let
kidding.
it burn.
No
Let it
kidding,
all
Bane.
burn.
All right. Or no, it's the Joker. The Joker is the one.
I guess I'll go next.
Yep.
Go for it, Dave. Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Rebels characters here. Okay, 3 in particular:
Now keep it clean, everybody.
Chopper, Hera, or Kanan.
All right. Well, I'll jump in here. Let's see here. The one that I am getting rid of is Kanan. 'Cause it's just too stuffy. Just kind of too stuffy. Uh, and the one I'm gonna marry is Chopper, because I just think he would be fun to hang out with. He's the dog that you want to, take with you to the bar and everything. And yeah, and Hera is there for you when you need her, reliable, so yeah, that's mine.
Probably the one I'm going to marry. No,
It's
Chopper.
really hard to make
You
this
have
not
to.
sound kinky, by the way, and they gotta be.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah. So Chopper, Mary. The one that's getting put out the airlock is probably going to be okay. Let me just say Hera, and then guess we'll keep Kanan around. Good to have a Jedi around now and then.
I was thinking too, like it's it's a bit of a like tough call because like we have a chance to rescue him, right? Like that's one of the most gutting deaths in all of Star Wars, right? And I was like, you have a chance to save him, don't
It
you?
was actually probably
Um,
the most meaningful sacrifice in all of Star Wars.
it
Mhm.
is though, yeah.
And so
But
that was Ahsoka's thing, is that you are cheating him of you know his choice. So yeah.
well, it sounds like Aaron, you stand by your choice. Um, yeah, it makes it tough. Hera for me is no doubt Mary. She's all-time favorite character. Um, I think I would save Kanan, so kiss Kanan, Chuck Chopper. Sorry.
All right.
Wow.
I love you, Chopper, but
No, don't let him get his vengeance upon you. That's all I'll say.
And by the way, these are
make
these
sure
are
you finish him off,
these
right?
are these are meant to be
Mm,
difficult. So all right. So
mm.
Fredo.
All right, let's go. For my first one, let's get some silly. Okay. So I know I was thinking of what categories, whatever, so make sure that didn't hit yours. So I went for the music aficionado in us songs. So Niamos from speaking of Chandrila and weddings, Niamos. Yub Nub, because I'm bringing back Yub Nub. And here's the name of the song that you probably don't know the actual name. It's called Mad About Me. It is the Cantina song. That is the actual name of the Cantina song in A New Hope. So Niamos, Yup Nub, Mad About Me / the Cantina
So
song.
you're talking about the first Cantina song, that doop 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 doop
Exactly,
doop doop doop.
yes.
All right.
There's actually a name for the other ones as well, but now I'm just focusing on the first one. The one you hear, dun, 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 that one.
All right. So I'm going to pitch Niamos. I'm going to so basically, what you want to see here? Um, I'm gonna marry the Yub Nub song because of the acoustic version that I've found. That it's just an awesome song. And the Cantina song is I'll kiss it because it's fun, but it gets jammed in your head. So
I think I have the exact same order, to be honest, because like I can't resist saving Yub Nub here. Um, but I also feel like the Cantina song a little goes a long way. Um, so I don't know that I would want to marry that. I may actually marry Yub Nub in this situation. So yeah, I agree with you, Aaron.
I'm probably going to disagree only slightly in that I'm marrying Yub Nub. I am saving Niamos, and I'm pitching the Cantina song. Play that song again. All right, no, no, that's a good way for me to start throwing stuff out of windows.
well, I'm gonna throw a little bit of a curveball here, and I also am going to use the category song.
Okay.
In world song, Loppy Neck. So the original Jabba's throne uh, uh, song.
Mhm.
Not Jedi Rocks.
Not Jedi Rocks. No, the original. I don't know the actual title for this. I put the second Cantina song. Doop doop doop
Oh,
doop 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 doop. Okay, that one.
Mhm.
Or Chicken in the Pot, which is that weird jazz song sung by the frog in the thing in Solo on Dryden Voss's yacht.
Mm. Mm.
See, I picked three kind of obscure things that you just really don't probably never formed an opinion on.
I don't have strong feelings. Oh man. Yeah. That's that's the issue that I'm running into here. I'd throw the Jabba song into the blender because I don't really have strong feelings about it. Um, I'm more uh, anti Jedi Rocks than I am pro the song that it replaced. So that one's probably my chucker, and I'll take the Solo song I think as my marriage material song. That's a fun little number.
Okay.
so right quick before I ask you to say them again, I'll tell you that the second Cantina song's title officially is "If Only I Could Let You Go and Cry." You're never gonna remember that. So second Cantina song, uh, the original Jabba's Palace song. What was the third one?
Chicken in the Pot, which is that weird vocal tune from Dryden Voss's party in Solo.
Yeah, Chicken in the Pot's going out the window. Sorry. Uh, yeah. I'm guessing the second Cantina song, and I guess I'm marrying the Java's bard or the Java song.
See, and I'm going to marry Chicken in the Pot because it was probably one of the most original Star Wars songs ever, and it doesn't get jammed in your head. So it was like totally original. Not saying that I could sing a lick of it for you right now, um, but I'm going to kiss the second Cantina song, and I'm going to pitch Loppy Neck only because that was just how do you go it, even though Jedi Rocks really sucks. I mean, Loppy Neck was kind of just goofy and hokey, and that's not the kind of music that is played in a mob boss's, you know, uh, in a
Find
mob
out.
boss's house. So anyway, all right, cool. All right, so
Fair.
Dave, to you.
All right, I'm going to go with Disney attractions.
Hmm.
So here we go. Oga's Cantina, the lightsaber building experience, or Smuggler's Run.
All right, I'm jumping in here.
Go for it.
I will marry Smuggler's Run because piloting the Millennium Falcon, there is nothing that, kids our age dreamt of more. I'm going to kiss Oga's Cantina, and I'm going to throw out the lightsaber building.
You're a guy who's got multiple
I'm not
lightsabers.
saying I don't like the multi. I don't. It's not saying I don't like the lightsaber building, but I can also, buy lightsabers and not necessarily the custom built ones, but I can buy lightsabers online. I can't pilot the Millennium Falcon anywhere else other than right there, and unless I go to LA, there's no other cantina where I can just hang out. So yeah, that's my reasoning.
Okay. I disagree slightly. I'm still marrying Smuggler's Front because piloting the Millennium Falcon is everything is sold to be. I mean, it's amazing. But I am going to, I guess, kiss and or say the lightsaber building experience because it is an experience. It isn't just go and buy a lightsaber at the store. It's the you pick the lightsaber hilt you want to put together, you pick your lightsaber color. The whole experience is built around, yes, you're gonna come over with this rather expensive hunk of plastic and metal that then you're gonna have to bring home. But it's a whole experience. Olga's Cantina, just by nature of being, first of all, just so rushed. you have to stand in a long line, and then you get in there, and then there's no real food. So I can live. I mean, honestly, if August was bigger, you actually felt like you had time to be in there, it might be better for me.
I would agree with that. Like I think I would put Oga's last. I think I would kill Oga's. Um, it's really kind of a flip of the coin on the other two for me. Maybe I would marry the lightsaber experience because like that made a big impression, and I thought that was so cool. And I never spend money frivolously like that, and it was like totally worth it.
Um,
Totally worth it.
I think I
So there's
told you
that.
guys. I think I told you guys why the you have a 45-minute limit at Oga. And by the way, don't get your hopes up on Beak and Barrel. It's really cool, but they rush you out harder than Oga's. At least
I'm
when we were
sure they
there.
do.
Anyway, why they do the 45-minute, and it's because of all the Epcot. It's all because of Epcot, because people go to Epcot and they get stinking drunk, and so they've. It's like almost every other place that any new place that's going up that serves alcohol, they're going to give you that time limit. So thanks,
See,
drink
what's
around the world.
interesting is because when I went to August out in Baton West in Disneyland, so you don't have that problem um, of Epcot getting people stinking drunk, but they still do limit you because again, there is a line. It's one of the few places you can buy alcohol in Disneyland. Although I will say they limit you to two drinks.
Yeah.
Really, the biggest problem is there is no. I mean, if there was actual proper food to sit down and enjoy, maybe I'd like it more. But I mean, they only have like little snacks. Again, it's get your two drinks, buy your souvenir cup, get the heck out because we got to turn this over. So
Now the hack, again, the
mhm.
hack is to go as late in the day, like when they're like close to their closing time, because when there's not a crowd, they don't hustle you out. I mean, yeah, it's still two drinks, but you can. It's like our friend Ed has, hung out there for quite some time. So that's the hack, everybody, is get the latest reservation you can. And if you're tugging along kids, then that's a little bit more difficult to do. Um, all right. So, Fredo, to you.
Okay, speaking of cantinas and whatnot, let's talk about some of the people who hang out there. Crime syndicates. I will give you the Huts. Where you meet bad people? The Huts, the Pikes, Crimson Dawn.
I'm throwing out Crimson Dawn because Darth Maul just scares the hell out of me. Um, and he also has a temper beyond all belief. So yeah, I'm getting rid of Crimson Dawn. Um, I would probably, with as many chances as Jabba gave Han, I'm gonna marry the Huts and you know, kiss the Pikes only when I have to. So they deal drugs. That's not cool.
Most obvious statement on this podcast ever, maybe. Well, I think they're one note and boring. So I'm killing the Pikes on that basis alone. Like, don't bore me.
That's
That's
a
the
good point.
cardinal sin.
That's a good point.
Yeah. And I think I'll marry the Huts because, like you said, I think they're a little more forgiving. And I guess I'll kiss Crimson Dawn because it's exciting. But you might die.
I'm also
Uh,
guessing you can outrun a Hut easier than anybody else. So, but yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably go with Dave. I'll probably kill the Pikes more than anything because they're not only are they dealing drugs, but they're more than they have no problem with killing just random people and not doing nothing to them. Like we saw in Book of Boba Fett. Whereas the Huts are very much you mess with us, we'll mess back with you. But other than that, we're not going looking out for trouble. Uh, and then I guess I'll kiss Crimson Dawn just in the hopes that I end up with Kira.
ooh.
Leadership has its perks. Hey, you be your second man in command, and hopefully you don't get stabbed in the back. Fingers crossed, kids.
All right. So my next category, and I was going to do it a certain way, and I was like, But it's too obvious of what we would choose for ourselves given where we live. So I'm going to say the planet that you would send your worst enemy to for the rest of their days. Okay? Dagobah, Tatooine, or Hoth.
So if we marry it, that'd be the worst one, or if it jettison, that'd be the worst
That
one.
would be your if you, the Mary is where you're definitely going to send them.
Okay,
The one you're killing is the one that no, that's too good for them.
And Kiss is kind of like in the middle.
Right.
in the
Yeah.
middle. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dagobah is getting killed. I think that's doable. That's manageable. So there's no, we already live in a swamp here, so it's like no, that's too good for you. Um, I guess I would say I don't like the desert, man, but
You don't like sand?
I don't like sand. It's irritating. It gets everywhere. But Hoth is just completely inhospitable. Like there's nothing there like that says anything like that you would survive longer than like half a day, right? So Hoth is the one you marry, Tatooine is the one you kiss, and Dagobah is the one you kill.
Yeah, I think I'll probably go with that one just because as I was thinking about them, it's like which is the one planet where you're like, there's some sort of other life forms or sentient life forms that are making a go of it. Tatooine has uh, the Tusken Raiders. It has the Jawas. You have all sorts of different cultures and peoples in there making a go of it. Dagobah, yes, it's very much a swamp planet, but you have all sorts of creatures who live there, make a go of it. Hoth is the one place where you're like, if you're surviving here, it's a minor miracle, and usually having to live in an ice cave and no, chew somebody else's arm off or whatever. So I definitely marry Hoth, kiss Dagobah, and kill Tatooine.
Oh, so you're letting your mortal enemy go to Dagobah?
No, I'm letting my mortal enemy go to Hoth.
Okay, but you said you're kissing Dagobah, so that's an option for your
Oh,
mortal enemy.
yeah. Well, better, yeah, I guess true. I guess it'd be kissing Tatooine and jettisoning Dagobah.
So I had the same order as you guys. My things just two things. One, Dagobah is has too much of the force, and if they're paying any bit of attention, they may get stronger and come after you. It's too much of a force hotspot. And Hoth is definitely where I'm saying because I'll tell everybody I'm a transplant like you know Dave is. And we've all been here long enough. Fredo especially. Fredo's been here dang near his whole life. But still transplant, and I still will tell anybody that I meet when they start complaining about the heat in the summer is that I will take Louisiana heat in July and August over 40 below zero winters in Nebraska every day of the week and twice on Sunday. So yeah, I hate being cold. And at least if you're in Tatooine, you can get a tan. So anyway, um, so all right, cool. So that's off to Dave now.
All right. I think so. This one was one I couldn't remember if we did this one last time, and I thought that maybe we did. Um, but since that episode doesn't exist, we're not technically repeating ourselves, even if we did do this category. So I'm going lightsaber hilts.
Mm.
All right. All right.
We, we
Lightsaber
we
hilts.
did do this one, yeah, but that's
Mhm.
okay. Yeah.
Darth Maul, Dooku, and Darth Vader.
All right. So I'm pitching Darth Vader's just because of the three, it's really got no style. I'm marrying the Dooku saber just because it is so stylish and so cool. And kissing that sounds bad. The other one I'm going to keep is the Darth Maul. I don't want to say, because every time, if anything that I want to say right now is just going to come out dirty. So, Fredo, what's yours?
On that note, I am marrying Dooku's. I mean, I literally bought the Jedi version of Dooku's Jedi lightsaber because ever since I saw it in episode two, I love the design. So unique, so different. So that was definitely getting married. I guess I'm kissing. I'll probably actually I'll flip it. I'll kiss Vader's just because it's so iconic, so memorable, and I'm chucking over the side Mauls. More than yeah, as Aaron holds Darth Vader's lightsaber on a
He's
video
holding
podcast.
Darth Vader's lightsaber.
And I'm just checking because I mean, while the idea of a dual-headed lightsaber is interesting and fun for battles, you know, it's in and of itself just the design's a bit too basic for me.
Oh,
This is a video podcast only.
Yeah, yeah.
That's thank goodness that it is.
The last no, but the last um, trip to Batu East, I bought the Vader hilt. So, I mean, but like I said, it's cool, but it doesn't have the style. Dave, what was this was your category. What were your choices?
Yeah, I even though it's iconic, I'd kill Vader's. I would. I think I'd marry Maul's because it's just like it made such an impression. Like love at first sight, you know. Like that was it, man. And then Dooku would be in the kiss category.
All right, Fredo.
Let's get us away from the stuff that makes Aaron laugh.
Sorry, there was no way that I could, yeah.
Okay, on that note, let's go with henchwomen. So,
I thought you said hedge.
Fat kids.
The knights who say knee.
Fat kids.
Exactly.
It's the fat kids dinner or whatever it was.
So, Jango Fett, Captain Phasma, or Asajj Ventress.
Hench people.
So,
Yep.
All right. I'm getting rid of Ventress because again, she is just, I mean, like Maul, scares the hell out of me. And you're going to be tiptoeing around that all the time. So, I think I would, I'd probably marry Phasma because just because the armor is really cool, and then probably Jango Fett in the middle. I just don't feel that strongly, except that Ventress would probably kill me in my sleep. But anyway.
Yeah, I'm going opposite direction here. I would marry Ventress. I think if you could capture her heart, she probably wouldn't kill you in your sleep.
Probably.
I also I don't really care about Phasma one way or the other, so I'd probably just kill her. And then I would have Jango as in the kiss category, where it's like, okay, we can dabble. You can be my henchman sometimes.
These are such awkward conversations. Sorry, keep going.
I'm trying to save you from yourself, Aaron. Come on now. I'm probably gonna go marry Jango. Just first of all, you get somebody who's talented enough
You don't have to explain yourself, Fredo. You love who you love.
No,
It's
no.
okay.
Well, no, but it's more on the lines of you also get a whole clone army to go with it. You
That's a
get
good
Daddy
point.
and all his clones.
Yeah, do you get to hang out on Camino? I mean,
I guess I don't know. I mean, so you get that kiss Ventress, just because again, respectful distance, respectfully, and then probably kill Captain Phasma. Not because I don't fear her, but on the lines of it seems like her cause is very much
You
dedicated
know,
to the First Order and nobody else.
yeah, okay, so that's a something we're going to need to have a episode on is wasted characters. And Phasma is
Right at the top of the
right
list.
at the top of the list. That was, one of those
mhm.
just absolutely wasted characters. I think Darth Maul would be until the Clone Wars, But if you just talk about in the movies, that was kind of a wasted character. But anyway, that's something we're gonna have to talk about sometime. Because Phasma, yeah, I remember everybody saw that in the trailer and they were like, "Oh!" And then nothing.
Wah, wah.
Right, sad trombone. All right, so it's to me now, right?
Hmm.
Parody.
Parody.
Star Wars parody. Spaceballs, Hardware Wars, or Troops. Troops, the
Mhm.
cops, Star Wars
Yeah.
thing from the
Yeah.
early 2000s. So, Spaceballs, Hardware Wars, or Troops.
I'm marrying Spaceballs because that's the true love, um, and then I'm probably going to kiss Troops because it's hilarious, but um, not just again, it's not first love level, there. And Hardware Wars never really did much for me, so.
I have that on DVD. Fredo?
Probably goes something similar, just because I haven't seen Hardware Wars. But I'd definitely go marry Spaceballs. I mean, the other day I was literally watching somebody share a compilation of people reacting to the Home the Desert scene. It just made me laugh because I realized people did not. I mean, the joke is too obvious, but also people didn't get the "we ain't found bleep" line till they got to it. Um, and then probably Kiss Troops, because Troops is one of those things that was very much early internet thing.
No.
It's like,
Mhm.
yeah, you had to find it. This was pre YouTube, people just uploading it, and to this day, it's like, well, what did he say his nephew's name was? Duke.
So,
Yeah,
my
and
order.
Kiss and Kill Our War. Yeah,
My order. You're both wrong. I am. I am killing. I'm killing Spaceballs. Because it is just yeah. I'm killing Spaceballs. I am going to marry Troops because it was brilliant in that it captured that. And again, it has to be in the moment because in the 2000s, early 2000s, when you had and late 90s when you had Cops and you had everybody was watching episodes of Cops. I mean, it was big in the zeitgeist, and it was in that kind of. I thought it was very, very creative, very well done, especially for a fan film. And then I'm gonna kiss Hardware Wars because come on, it gave us the Wookiee monster. It gave us the Wookiee monster. Ryan Johnson referenced it in the Last Jedi, where you thought when the iron was coming down, that was the Star Destroyer from Hardware Wars. It's yeah,
Kill
controversy.
Spaceballs. Yeah, that's controversial, man. And they went to plaid. I mean, like, come on. For that scene alone, ludicrous speed, man.
No, light speed is too slow.
Light speed too slow?
Yes, we're gonna have to go right to ludicrous speed.
Ludicrous speed? Sir, we've never gone that fast before. I don't know if the ship can take us.
What's the matter, Colonel Sanders? Chicken?
Anyway, all right. Here's where I might get into some trouble. So here's the category but I think it's an interesting thought exercise. So this is why I was like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. Harsh women. Harsh women in Star Wars. Deidre, the armorer, the librarian lady from Attack of the Clones.
All right. So what? I guess how do we do this without getting in any sort of trouble? But you know what? I'm pitching the librarian because I didn't like the snooty answer when Obi-Wan says, "Well, it's not here on the map." I said, "Well, I'm sorry, but if it was here, then it would be blah 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 blah." Blah. And she got all, so yeah, she can go. She can go away. I'm gonna probably marry the armorer because Mandalorian armor. It's cool. And kiss Dedra. She's just a little bit too, I don't know, a little too high maintenance, but anyway.
What do you have, Fredo?
So I'm probably pitching the librarian. I'm marrying the armorer. Because, I mean, that is a woman that will take care of business for you. Whereas Deidre, I can't trust her. I'm sorry. There's no way that doesn't end well. I don't, I'm gonna end up in a prison somewhere. I'm gonna get used up and end
But
up with
the,
a shot to the head.
but
No,
but
thank you. No, no, no,
but
no, no.
but the way she said turn off the light is enough to keep you coming back, right? No, you said you're pitching the librarian.
No, I'm saying, yeah, kill the librarian.
Right, and so you're keeping
But,
Dedra, but you said, she's free, freaks you out a little bit, but like I said, I'm just saying that, yeah, I'm with you, but then the way she said turn out the light just makes you go, yeah, maybe I should keep that phone number in the book.
we're learning more about Aaron than we need to know here, kids.
I'm just having
Well,
fun here, everybody.
she'll defend you against your mother-in-law, as Kate
Oh, you
pointed
mean
out
Dedra?
earlier.
Okay,
Yeah.
you're saying Dedra, not the librarian. Okay, because you're getting those two confused for me now.
No, I'm saying Dedra. You were confusing me. I'm saying Dedra. Yeah.
But yeah, she'll defend you against your overbearing mother, right? Like, so there's something there.
But you're right. You're right about the armorer, though, that she'll go whomping and a whooping on anybody who tries to break into your house. So yeah, it's good.
And the helmet stays on, kids.
Here's where I tell you guys you're both wrong. You're nuts because the armorer is the one person like you can't choose in this scenario because you know nothing about her after 3 seasons. You don't know anything about her. She's not going to tell you anything. And so how can you trust this person in any way, shape, or form? It's like you never seen her face. You never nothing. You know nothing. So like no, that's an instant no for me. Armor is out of the equation, and yeah, I'm probably marrying the librarian. And Dedra is getting into that kiss category because like hey, like at least she'll defend you against your mother, but yeah, I agree with you, Fredo. You're probably going to end up dead in that whole bargaining. Yeah, so no, that's a no.
All right, to me, okay, we're doing parody. I guess I'll do one more parody thing just to make it controversial. So, animated parodies. And this one I'm going to cheat a little bit. Family Guy, Robot Chicken, The Muppet.
And Fredo froze a little bit. So is the Muppet Show what?
Family Guy, Robot Chicken.
So the one you're talking about, just the one sketch of.
Well, I'm saying no. You had a whole episode of the Muppet Show. You
gotcha.
Robot
With
Chicken,
Star Wars, yeah, okay.
All those animated parodies, and you had obviously 3 Family Guys. Which one do you marry? Which one do you toss over the side?
I'm gonna marry. I'm going to marry Robot Chicken. I'm going to kiss the Muppets, and I'm going to pitch Family Guy. Only because Family Guy was done very well, and I love it, but it's just too spot on. The only thing that's creative about it are the jokes. You know, the Muppet.
You mean now we have to finish this with Danny Elfman,
The Muppets, and the and Robot Chicken,
Robot Chicken?
are very very creative. You know, in using it's like they played a little bit more. So, Dave.
A little more organic feel, right?
Yeah.
Like they're riffing a little bit,
Yeah.
a little more jazzy. Yeah, I go with the Muppets because I just love the Muppets. You insert the Muppets into anything, and you're in a great spot. So
By the way, to that point, I've heard people say that Muppets Knives Out. Do it now, Ryan Johnson. I'd pay money for that. Keep going.
I would too. Yeah, I would go to the theater to watch that. So yeah, marry the Muppets. Go kiss Robot Chicken, and ditch Family.
At first, I thought I was going to ditch the Muppets just because, again, it was only one episode, but whereas you got more from the others. But I think I am going to ditch Family Guy and kind of go with you guys, and I'm definitely marrying Robot Chicken, if for nothing else, the Emperor, because the way they did Palpatine is still Chef's kiss. Go for Palpatine. And then yeah, I'll probably kiss the Muppets because it's the Muppets. You cannot be sad watching the Muppets.
One of the Star Wars celebrations, the 501st, recreated the whole escalator scene. Stormtrooper,
Don't you want?
Stormtrooper.
Oh, so which we cannot finish quoting that whole sequence. No kids.
No. I've got one more. If you guys want to do one more round here, okay. So, and it was kind of funny when you said we should do this for this week, and then there was this Instagram thing that was like you have to choose the ship that you're flying across the galaxy in, and it showed all these options. So I kind of chose a little bit of that, but you get to fly one of these only once. Not saying how far or anything like that, but you only get to fly it once. Millennium Falcon, the Ghost, or an X-Wing.
Flying only once. Well, we've done the flying only once, Dave. You got a list or an order?
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting question because you're like, are we to assume that we will not fly it at any like? Are you going to make the assumption that you're not going to get the chance to fly it at all if you don't fly it the one time? You got to pick it the one time because you're not going to get to fly it otherwise. Or are you limiting yourself unnecessarily where it's like, yeah, maybe you could fly it more than once, but you're only choosing the once. So
you've shown up you showed up to the dealership and you can only fly one. You got 3 of them sitting in front of you. So basically rank order.
Well, I would go Millennium Falcon 1. Maybe X-Wing 2 over the Ghost, just because it's more iconic. And I've seen all those scenes of Luke flying around. You get R2 in the back with you. You're not strictly alone in that way. So. Yeah, I think I'd go that order. I'd go the Falcon, then the X-Wing, and then the Ghost.
I agree with you with the Ghost coming last just because for us, we don't have the level of connection to it that probably younger Star Wars fans have. But I'm going to go X-Wing first, then Millennium Falcon, just because, again, you grew up watching Star Wars. You wanted to be Luke Skywalker. You wanted to fly that X-Wing. And there's a reason why at the end of Mando Season 2, you see one X-Wing pop up and everybody starts freaking out because they know it's at the cockpit of it. And so, yeah, X-Wing 1, Falcon 2, and the Ghost 3.
My order is the same as Fredo's, except the only reason why the X-Wing is first because like you get to go fast. I almost put the Falcon third because it'd be like trying to drive,
A Winnebago?
Yeah, Winnebago. you know, and I know you're making the Spaceballs reference, but I mean, honestly, it is because
Mhm.
it's asymmetrical. It's, you know, it's driving on the wrong side of the car. The Ghost at least has you in the center, but it's the Falcon. You can't kill the Falcon. So that's yeah.
Yeah, no, never. All right, I have one last category too. If you're ready for one more, Disney Plus shows: Andor, The Mandalorian, and Ahsoka.
Um, so I'm going to pitch The Mandalorian. Going to stick to my guns of what and I'm gonna marry Ahsoka because it has all the elements of Star Wars. It's got Empire, it's got Jedi, it's got all the stuff, and I want to be consistent, you know. And Andor, I'm going to kiss. I'll keep visiting Andor. So, um, like I said, pitch the Mandalorian just because it's like it it doesn't it doesn't propel any of the other stories that I've watched. Really, it's all new, so I can just kind of send it on its way. Not that I don't like it, so don't at me, you know. Fredo.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna go different than you because I am going to marry the Mandalorian because it is different and new and I haven't seen before. I am going to kiss Andor because yes, Andor is awesome and I want to see more of those characters. I'm probably pitching Ahsoka because if we'd never gotten anything beyond that finale of Rebels, I'm happy.
That's
You can
good.
tell me
That's a
those
good point.
characters still exist. They're out there in the galaxy. I would have been, it's such a note perfect way to finish that show and those characters' story that if we never saw any of them ever again, I was satisfied. So that's where I go with that.
I'm in a similar boat to Aaron, which is that I'm definitely chucking Mandalorian, not because I don't love it, but because out of those three, it's just the one that I don't love quite as much. Um, and then Ahsoka, I'm with you. I think that it's like note perfect, and yeah, I think I would marry that one. But gosh, like relegating Andor to second place, I feel like all three of us did that.
Hmm.
I was like, how? What are we doing here? Maybe we're
Well, but
overthinking this.
again, I,
To
I,
be
I
fair,
get
to
to
be
what
fair, that
like
is the kind of show where you're like, you have to be in the right frame of mind to watch because there's some
yeah,
stuff in there you're gonna be like,
but again, like it gets into well, it, it's like it's kind of when I go and play at the Carry, all I do is Irish songs. So if you come up and you request Johnny Cash, I'm sorry, you're disappointed. If you come up and request anything other than an Irish song, you're disappointed. You're getting good Irish songs, but you're disappointed. Now, Andor picks one lane of Star Wars and tells that story really, 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 really good. But again, you don't have a very important part of Star Wars, which are lightsabers and Jedi and, and the Force. You get a little smidgen of it, but, that's so I think it becomes, I don't want to say any words that make it sound bad, but I mean, monotonous, it's, but like I said, it's a very good story. Um, but it just picks that one lane. So it's like if you came to it and go, hey, where are my lightsabers? Where are my Jedi? Where's it's not there. So
yeah, like I said, it's one of those things where it's done really well, but you're right, you are missing that a certain big element of Star Wars. So, okay, for my last category, and I'm kind of surprised that Dave didn't go with this, video games. Shadows of the
Is
Empire.
Empire Strikes Back on Atari one of them?
Yeah, it's now Shadows of the Empire, Dark Forces, The Force Unleashed.
Shadows of the
Hmm.
Empire. I never played Shadows of the Empire, so I guess I'll just pitch it. And I'll marry Force Unleashed and kiss what Dark Forces. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I would marry Dark Forces. And then I would kiss Shadows of the Empire, and I would chuck Force Unleashed because I've never played Force Unleashed. So there you go.
Really interesting.
Yep.
Because it's the one with our boy, what's his name, who's coming next week with us or with his new show, or a couple of weeks with his new show. uh,
Yeah,
I'm
Sam
probably
Witwer.
going, yeah, I'm probably going to, it's a video game, so I'm probably going to marry The Force Unleashed because it's just fun. I'll kiss Dark Forces, and even though it is monumental, it's important. You get so much out of it. Just the hot level part, because you do get that hot level in every other video game that Star Wars ever did, where you pilot all the time. So I guess that's what I'll do.
Well, those are our lists, everybody. I want to apologize for the hiccups in the technology. Every now and again, there's a sentence cut off here and there, but you get the gist of it, and I think we're okay. But so I apologize for that. I'll see if I can find a better computer for next week. And until then, we'll say who dat,
Who dat?
Yeah.
and everybody have a fantastic week.
McClunky.